the other reasons, and let them be as ridiculous as you want them to be. Like, I can go vain and be like, you know what, I want to look good in and out of clothes. Hi, I'm Taylor-Alexis, and this is a safe place to talk dangerously about the life lessons in your 30s and all other shenanigans. Now, before we get started on today's topic, which is on discipline and why it's the highest form of self-love, I just want to say welcome to the newbies and thank you for coming back. If you're returning, it's nice to see you. So if this is your jam, hit that subscribe button and I will see you here weekly. Now, let's get started. First things first, let's address the elephant in the room. Not really, but Happy New Year. It's January 2nd and I thought today would be the perfect time to kind of talk about discipline and why that's the highest form of self-love, because it is. Now, discipline, what is it? It's basically your ability to control your behaviors, your actions, and emotions in order to get a desired outcome, whatever that delusional or delulu goal might be. We're all humans here, we're adults, and discipline can be hard. It can be really hard because, it requires you to show up for yourself daily, like no other, especially when no one's watching. I think another reason why we struggle with discipline is, sometimes there's a lack of motivation. It's easy to lose focus. It's easy to get off that horse, than to get back on it. I think it takes a lot more energy to get back on it than to just say, you know what, I'm not working out this week, or you know what, I'm not gonna go for that walk today to clear my mind so I can feel better. It's so easy to do that. And then I think also we set these overwhelming or unattainable expectations, or sometimes the goal is just so big that you overwhelm yourself with the goal itself, and then you're paralyzed and you're not doing what you need to do, and discipline is out the door. I'd say start small and then focus on the why, because your why is always going to bring you back to the motivation too, which you'll need to remain disciplined. I'll give you an example. I said that for this year, I want to continue working out and being more disciplined with that, and healthy eating and things like that. My why, obviously, health, but the other reasons, and let them be as ridiculous as you want them to be. Like, I can go vain and be like, you know what, I want to look good in and out of clothes. And then we can go back to health is wealth kind of things. I want to be able to play with my kids one day. And, I want to be able to continue traveling with my husband or things like that. So, that's the reason why I work out. And another one, I guess, the big one, is that I hold a camera for 8 to 10 hours at a wedding. I want to be able to move around and not feel so winded or feel defeated by the time I get home, or like for the next week after a wedding. There's a lot of talk online about creating goals or creating a system. And the older I get, that's my catchphrase here. The older I get, I'm like, yes, we can set goals. I think goals are great, but I think you also have to set a system, because the goals can kind of work in tandem with the system, which is basically like your routine, that's your like base. With my example of like working out, okay, maybe Mondays I will do arms, maybe Tuesdays I'll work on my legs, Wednesdays abs, maybe Thursday we'll do like a full body cardio or something like that, or just do some HIIT exercises. I don't know, it could be anything, but just kind of mapping it out like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And then even, taking it a step further, because I was talking about eating clean and eating healthy, meal prepping. Now, I don't like to eat the same food all week long, but maybe on Sundays we can prep something that would go, or at least last until Wednesday, and then Wednesday make something that will go until Saturday, and then just, repeat the cycle. So I do want to do like bring back sauteed a bit and make some salad jars with you guys. So well, stay tuned. That'll come soon, I promise. You've got my word. Once you start practicing discipline and you're really sticking to it, I'm telling you, there's gonna be a snowball effect, and there's gonna be that, you're gonna have that avalanche of greatness. It's really that simple. It'll start spilling over into your career, start spilling over into, your relationships, whether that's love, that's friendships, family dynamics, that kind of stuff. And you'll feel better. You'll feel like less stressed. I can't tell you how many times I'm like you know what, this weekend, and it'll be on a Friday afternoon too. I'm like, all right, so, you know, this weekend I'm gonna have some fun, but I wanna get some work done, bars. But I'll be like, oh no, it's fine, I'll put it off for another day or whatever, or maybe I don't have enough time, or make all these excuses, and then Monday comes around and I'm stressed. I'm like, oh man, deadlines, you know, why didn't I do it this time, or why didn't I just take a few hours to do it? So remaining disciplined, or having that discipline, definitely helps to lower your stress levels, because high cortisol levels are just the worst. They are the worst. Nothing great happens. I mean, you get like a little pimple, you know. I didn't even want to record today because I'm like, meh, but you are gonna be here with me and my pimple, damn it, because of stress. It's also great and really helpful to reward yourself. Last year, I made a decision after a friend shared with me that like I rarely celebrate the small wins, to start doing that. Just to enjoy the journey. Be really candid with you. Sometimes I can really focus on the outcome that I forget about the present. I'm so in the future, like, okay, and this year I'm gonna be doing da 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 da, and I'm like, where's that side coming from? Like, what happened to free-spirited Tay-Tay? But balance. But you know, I wanted to celebrate the small wins a lot more. So, you know, if I booked a gig, maybe I'm treating myself to something, I don't know. But I think, you know, reward yourself within means. Like, don't go overboard, because you still got to get to the end goal. But it's nice to celebrate the small wins as they come. And that also feels like, you know, the snowball effect. You imagine you're just celebrating all of these small wins, and then you get that big one and you're like, ah. Because I think, you know, discipline is the highest form of self-love. You don't have to do that alone. You can find an accountability partner. That's great. Whether that's a person that you trust, or maybe you just share it online and say, hey guys, this is my journey, this is what I'm going through, follow me, or, you know, follow my story. But having an accountability partner is so helpful, because not only are you, you know, loving on yourself, but that person is probably, or most likely, sharing similar goals and systems with you, so that they're also loving on themselves, and they'll help you remain on track and help you with your progress and stuff like that too. So find that partner, hold on tight. Being disciplined absolutely reduces stress. Cannot stress that enough. You know, it increases your confidence, your ability to make decisions, and overcome obstacles as they come. I think it also changes your mindset too. I'm like harkening back to my old content, and check it out if you haven't, so I'll link it. I'll give you an example how discipline has changed my overall being. So growing up, I wasn't a gym person. I played sports, I played tennis, I was a swimmer, and I liked to dance. And I tried track, couldn't really get into it. I tried soccer because of a really cute boy. I wonder what he's up to now. As I got older, which is the catchphrase of this channel, I was getting into lifting weights and what that entailed. And man, there were so many times that I psyched myself out of it. I'm like, I can't do this deadlift. I can't lift this much. Like, it's just too much. It's too much. At the time, I had an accountability partner. Shout out to them, who was pushing me to keep going forward and to keep showing up. Man, I don't think I'd be where I am today. I don't think I'd be as strong as I am. I mean, obviously I got some work to do, to see. But you know, you just keep showing up for yourself and you keep going, and after a while, it's gonna start to feel like second nature. You're gonna feel so much stronger mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, all of the above. This year, let's continue to be disciplined. Let's continue to crush those goals and to move forward and chase those dreams and just be the best version of yourself that you have to offer. All right, well, thank you so much for watching and listening. If you made it this far, comment restraint, because you're gonna need some of that to be disciplined. All right, again, if you liked anything that you heard here today, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next week. Okay, bye. Still big queens, still big queens.